We're going to have to stop there, Professor.
Okay.
We have a closing tradition where the last guest leaves a question for the next guest, not knowing who they're leaving it for. And the question left for you is, who will you miss the most and why?
Well, I will miss my wife the most because I met my wife about 10 years ago. And this was a time in my life when I had hit rock bottom. I went to Yale, and so I have a very elevated sense of myself and my abilities. And so I went into the world thinking that I would conquer it. And after decades of failure, I basically became very depressed.
Failure?
Yes, meaning I didn't have a job, meaning I didn't have much income, meaning I didn't have much hope in my life. And so I was working as a teacher, and then through a mutual acquaintance, I met my wife. And I think that it was because I became so depressed that my heart, I begged for relief. I begged God, even though I don't believe in God, for salvation and redemption. And my wife came as an angel. And what she did that no one else did before was she loved me unconditionally. She was kind to me. She told me to believe in myself. And she proved it by making the ultimate sacrifice and having a child with me. Right? It's one thing for someone to say, I believe in you, I love you. But it's another thing to have a child with that person. And so that changed me totally. And I said to myself, I can't despair anymore. I have to work hard. I have to provide for my family. And at this time, I was thinking that maybe I could help certain students go to Yale. Like, in China, consulting is a huge business where if you help package a kid and you get to the Yale, you get about $1 million. That's a lot of money, right? And she told me, you can't do that. You have to be true to yourself and you have to be true to our son. Set a good example for him. And so what happened was that I got a job as a high school teacher. And then I started to make these YouTube videos. And then it blew up online. And this was not something that we expected. It's not something that we planned for. It just happened organically. So it was my wife, just by saying, I love you to me, and I knew it to be true because we had a child together, we started a family together. By loving me unconditionally, by being kind to me, it changed me forever. And that's what empowered me to want to share myself with other people as well. And so I don't know how I will ever thank my wife. I'm forever grateful for her. And before I didn't really mind leaving this world, but I don't want to leave this world anymore because I don't want to separate from her.
Could you have expected that you'd have the success you've had online? You've got almost 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube alone, getting millions and millions and millions of views on your videos. I mean, some of your videos have almost 10 million views on various channels that you've been on. You've only made 146 of these videos, and your channel has grown immensely. Could you have imagined?
I did.
You did imagine?
Yes.
You thought it would go like this?
Not this big, but I imagine, I would find people who believed in what I was doing and would be inspired by what I was doing. And I knew this because when I met my wife and I fell in love for the first time, and we loved each other unconditionally, my imagination started to open up. I could see and feel things that were not available to me before. And it was as though I became much more connected to the source. I became much more connected to the universe. And the universe was giving me insights as to how to proceed. And so I had one day an inspiration. Let me start our YouTube channel and let me make stupid predictions and see where it goes. Because if I'm right, then I would be pretty famous. If I'm wrong, then I'm an idiot. But what gave me the courage to imagine all this was, again, the love of my wife. So that's why I say kindness and love. So I did imagine this, but not to the extent that, my YouTube channel has blown up.
You've only been doing it about a year. I don't think I've ever seen someone get 2.5 million subscribers in a year, especially making a geopolitics and it's mainly geopolitics, isn't it? And history videos in a year. That's crazy.
But I will tell you this, it has not changed me, because being with my wife, having a family, I know my mission is to share myself with others. So I could easily create a media education company like Jordan Peterson and start my own university. I don't want to do that. I want to share myself with others. I want to constantly learn. I want to constantly ask questions. I want to be open-minded. I want to be brave for my wife and my family. And so, yes, I did succeed. And I thank the universe for letting me succeed. And I thank most of all the fact that I succeeded at an age and at a time when I can focus on the mission and ignore the fame, the wealth, the status.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy with my family, because it's my wife and my children who bring me tremendous happiness in the world. The YouTube channel, if they close it down tomorrow, and they might, I wouldn't be at all unhappy, because I could just go and create more videos. What matters is a source of my creativity, which is the love I have for my family.
That is beautiful. Really beautiful. I mean, it's really self-evident the value you're giving to people, because the amount of people that showed up